Howdy folks, I'm Rebecca Jolly, the Jolly Alchemist, here again for a neutrino forecast for Friday, the 5th of September, 2025. We are looking at the second line of the Cross of Consciousness and playing our song of the day in the background. This is Way Down We Go by Kaleo, Kaleo. And it's very much exemplifying the feeling for me of today, which is all about confusion. And especially because we're in the second line, it's about confusion being projected in and out, because the second line is a line of projection. So in the case of the 64, line 2, it's being projected that these people are confused. So people are coming to them and saying, oh, you're confused? Let me explain it to you. Let me give you the answer. Yeah? So qualification is what they call this line, to recognize relevant experiences or the qualities essential for transcendence. So it's basically to really recognize the confusion and maybe out of that find something that's useful. 63, line 2, is structuring through systematic verification, or they're projecting their skepticism, their doubt. Ross says these are the people that have the question. And sometimes that question is even more important than the answer. You know, a scientist will say, oh, I wonder how this works. Boom. And then there's, 100 people that are involved in the working out of the answer to that question, but because they had the question, they're the one that gets to claim the whole entire thing. So it's a lot of energy of doubting others, being doubted yourself, confusion, skepticism, all wrapped up in a bundle. So if you're feeling these feelings of skepticism or confusion, you can know, oh, okay, that's coming from transit energy. And that's what you're supposed to be feeling. That's what you're supposed to be looking at for today's mission. So, people energies. We start with the moon in 41-6. 41 is, of course, the gate of the longing, the gate of desire, and the gate of wanting to have emotional experiences that eventually we can talk about. So that 41 is the initiating codon. Line 6 is promotion, maximization of potential that everyone can benefit from. So it's basically saying that there's this aspect of the longing that will bring good things for everyone. When the moon is done with 41, which will be very briefly, it's just a blip on the screen this morning, then it will move to 19, which is the gate of needs or the gate of longing. That's right here. As a pressure coming out of the root center. It's a pressure to meet the needs of the people. We need our needs met. And we'll be swinging around to this channel again here in a second. But after the moon is done with 19, it will go to 13 over here, coming out of the G center, and that is for being alone. And well, no, being alone isn't 33, but 13 is about looking at the past, hearing stories, especially in secret and or in private, and learning something from the past. And then after 13, the moon will move to 49, the other side, so that you have over the course of the day, although not at the same time, this channel here, this whole channel of well, it's the channel of revolution, but it's called like something else, like structuring or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's all about the needs of the people, right? So you have the needs of the needs of the community, and if the needs of the community aren't being met, then we have revolution to change or set up something different, to break down whatever deal has been made there. So that's the energy for the moon. Mercury is moving through 59.5 and into 59.6. We looked at 59.5 yesterday. That was the line of seduction, our Casanova type energy there. And 59.6 is union, power of intimacy, regardless of conditions. So really just being able to come together no matter what. It's really living it on that 6-line level where it's become part of the body. We're not thinking about it or processing it consciously anymore. Then we have a Venus. Oh, wait a second. And also, when 59.6 is done, it will move into gate 40, line 1. We just went through gate 40 with gate 37, so this will sound familiar. 40, line 1, relaxation, enjoying the fruits of one's labors. So what we're having here is a little bit of an energy where Mercury is following the sun. So, we'll have the sun going through the energy, and then just a little while later, Mercury's coming through and catching that same energy again. So we get this reverberation in the cycles. And that is, of course, this gate of aloneness, this gate of wanting to provide resources for the community coming out of the ego center. This is the ego that wants to be massaged. So we still have that energy in our transit because it's come back here in the Mercury. So then Venus moves to 33.6 from 33.5 yesterday. 33 is, of course, this gate of retreat, privacy, and then we will have a time today when the moon starts going through 13 and Venus is still here in 36, where it will connect this channel and give everyone a throat definition. Of course, they already have throat definition from the 20 connecting down to the 57. That's still active as long as Mars is holding 57. And it is still holding 57. So we've got this 2057 going and another throat connection between the throat and the G center. So we'll be able not only to talk about our bodies, to talk about our instincts and our intuitions, but we'll also be able to talk about ourselves, who we really are. So if you need to have a talk with somebody about who you really are, today's a good day to do that. All right, so our Mars energy goes to, I already talked about this yesterday, it moving to 57 line 4, which is sensitiveness, to master relationships with sensitivity. But what I did not realize is when it actually appeared today, it's having a down arrow on it. So I will read that, and that is the dictator who uses their intuitive clarity to strengthen their own authority. Now, of course, this is one of our people energies. So it's people energies that we tend to feel more through the people coming into our lives in this day rather than directly from the energy in the transit. It is possible to feel it directly in the transit. It's just much less likely than that you will bring somebody into your aura who has one of these energies, or that the people who manage to come into your aura today will happen to have these energies. So if you are able to look at those people, it's always an interesting exercise to see. Do the people that I have appointments with, or that I'm planning to go see today, or that are coming to see me, do they have these people energies activated in their charts, and that's what they're bringing to me? It's always an interesting thing to look at. I really enjoy that when someone's coming to see me, to look at the day's people energies and see, aha, there it is. They got that for me. It's very interesting. So we've done the song. Yes, yesterday I was so busy I did not talk about the scarf. This is the scarf of consciousness because it's, of course, reminiscent of the 60s and all of that. And we know really that the hippies, the first hippies in the 60s didn't necessarily bring about a lot of change, but it's definitely associated with this awakening, with this time of enlightenment and coming into a new feeling of the sense of who we are in this experiment of consciousness on the earth. So that's why this represents our cross of consciousness here. And our global energies are staying the same for today. So that's all looking similar. So we're looking good. You come on back tomorrow, where we will talk again about tomorrow's energy and look at what things we have to look forward to. Until then, you take care. Ciao.